I'm a PE teacher and a professional lesbian. I organise school sport in Islington, and I also do workshops for students as an openly gay teacher and for staff. When I go into these schools, they're usually in boroughs outside of my own, so not in Islington, and they're very diverse in response that I get from the kids, and I do a very open session with them, questions and answers. They can ask me pretty much anything they want. We talk about gender stereotypes, religion, anything that comes up. And for those people that think teachers sort of aren't doing it, we are out there and we're trying. I thought earlier this year that I would like to bring together the two parts of my job, so school sport and the consultancy stuff. I got together with Mike and we thought about running a tournament, a football tournament against homophobia, and we called this the Diversity Cup. I needed some money to do this, and I knew that the budget strings, the council, were very tight. Mike very kindly supported with referees, pitch hire, trophies, things like that, and I went to the Equality and Diversity Unit of Islington Council and asked them for some money. And they found it, because I did ask them before I came to this why they wanted to sponsor the event, and they said there are 3 reasons. And one of them is that they have a commitment to working with partners on local partners with joint ventures. Also, they wanted to improve their Stonewall Workplace Equality Index rating. And thirdly, like most councils, and this is the key thing I'd like to point out, is that they have a commitment to work with diversity. And for them, it ticks a rather large box if they've provided funding for a banner that my lovely assistant will now unfurl. So they provided funding for the banners and for some T-shirts, which we gave to students and to adults. We ran 2 tournaments. One was an under-16 boys tournament.
Under-15s and under-13.
Under-15, under-13 boys. It's Mike's details. On a Friday, which was the International Day Against Homophobia. So we ran that on that day. On the next day, we ran an adults tournament in which we were oversubscribed. We had gay and straight teams come along, and we had to turn many away because it was so popular. Why racism and homophobia when my passion is dealing with homophobia? It's simple. Everybody that came to look at the banners, and when parents turned up, and when teachers turned up, they look at the banners, they go, oh, racism, homophobia. Making that link between the two makes a very good point, and it's really simple. When I speak to the kids, I will point out to them, because many of them have forgotten what happened to black footballers when they first took to the pitch, and they've forgotten how far we've come with that. And I point out to them we now need to go on the same journey with homophobia. For teachers who are unsure as to how to deal with this, and it is difficult to be openly gay with kids, and it's difficult as straight teachers to know what to say, having a banner says it all for you. There is no stumbling and stuttering over words or explaining or answering questions about your own sexual orientation. There it is. If a player says something on the pitch, the referee can point at the banner. It's really easy. So we also gave out T-shirts to the kids. I was a little bit worried that they wouldn't take them, but actually they came back surprisingly and asked for more, and unless they were using them to create effigies of me and burn them, then I was quite happy with that response. So if you'd like to know any more later, or perhaps about the design, or anybody would like to get hold of any of this information, please come and see us. The banner itself cost £60. The whole thing was about $700, but you don't need T-shirts and you don't need 3 banners, you only need 1. You can take it to every sports tournament you run, and regardless of what happens with school sports partnerships, which we don't know at the moment, there will still be competitive games of sport between schools, and it's really easy to hang this up. Mike is going to explain from a footballing perspective why Islington Football wanted to get involved in this.
Afternoon, my name is Michael McNeil. I'm the Football Development Manager for the Islington Football Development Partnership. It's a partnership between Islington Council and Equatorial Leisure, who run the leisure centres, and also us in the community. I've been involved in football for 25 odd years now, at various different levels as a coach, manager, administrator, and I've been proud of what football had achieved in terms of tackling issues like racism. But felt it hadn't really done a lot to tackle the issue of homophobia in football. I've coached a lot of gay players over the years. In preparation for this event, I've coached girls that are currently playing in the Women's Premier League. And yet when I spoke to the 2 or 3 gay players that I knew, not one of them actually wanted to come and speak at a public event, which means obviously we've still got a lot of work to do in terms of supporting players and tackling homophobia within football. So really, my involvement for the event was really just to try and raise that issue and really just try and challenge thinking, because it's not just with young people, as you know, we've talked about earlier. You know, they've got quite flexible attitudes. It's with coaches, it's with administrators and organisations, and challenging their thinking. So by putting the event on, it was about doing that, putting it on the map. That's it, really.
That's what.
Right.